Hey everybody, Terry here with the Drone Cav. We're quarantine lockdown day, I don't know, 100 million thousand or whatever. But I hope everybody's doing well, staying safe. I hope all your friends, family, everybody around you is staying well and safe, and we're getting through this thing. So, anyway, today we're going to just take a look at a couple fundamental things. And, I get a lot of questions. I talk to a lot of people about flying and things like that. And there's always this excitement, which is really cool to get excited about flying drones and getting out there and getting your cinema. But there are fundamental things that you don't want to like hopscotch past. And so today I want to slow it down a little bit because I'm personally, as a drone pilot and in my own cinematography, I like to keep things kind of clean and elegant. And there's a lot of different types of stuff you'll see out there. I mean, there's going to be these really radical shots you'll see from some of these sport drone flyers, which is cool, fun stuff. But there's kind of a tendency to overdo it and use every tool in the toolbox, which can just throw things off. The word of the day is jarring. That's a good term that I always like to use and pull out of my hat because you don't want the image to look so jarring. You don't want to call attention that, hey, this was shot with a drone. And you want the drone to get out of the way of your shot. So that can be accomplished pretty easily. Again, by slowing down, by not moving the drone around a whole lot, and about perfecting the art of hovering. The heart of hovering. And keeping your drone still is it sounds like it's easy, but you've got things to consider. You've got winds, you've got terrain, you've got the sun in your eyes, you've got all these things to consider. So hovering is a good, easy practice thing. And a good example would be just get outside, get in your backyard like I'm going to do today, and just take your drone up about 6 or 8 feet. Doesn't have to go really that high in the air, and just pick a spot. Put something down on the ground. Put like a little plastic cone if you have it, a cup, a paper plate, anything that'll just stay there. And just put the drone right over top of it, point your camera straight down at it, and you'll see the drone move around a little bit. Now the gimbal's going to do a good job about compensating for that and keeping your image stable, but you want to keep the position of the drone stable as well. So hovering is a good thing to work with. But today I'm going to talk about a few things once we put the drone up in the air. Taking the Evo out today, going up in the air for a little bit. And we're going to talk about hovering and when to get long pause shots. Then we're going to talk about compound shots. And by a compound shot, what I mean is moving the drone around too much. Unfortunately, I see this, and surprise, surprise, when I watch a film, I'm always looking for the drone shots. I'm looking to see what they did, good, bad, indifferent, what I can learn from. There's so much there to see because it's so widely used. It's such a cool tool now. So many filmmakers are using it. But unfortunately, I see a lot of things like compound shots, which would be where you have too much movement in the same shot. Say a camera tilt, a crane up, and then a pan, and you start throwing all these things in there, and it starts taking away from the shot. It's just too much motion. Things like a common one, maybe not a common one, but one I saw was a drone trying to chase something. It was a passing train, and the drone came down, tried to lock onto the train just blew past it, and it was just a really kind of weird shot. I mean, it was this nice smooth crane down, everything was looking good, and all of a sudden this drone went into this whip trying to keep up with the train, and it just didn't work. It just threw the whole thing off. So shots like that are going to get tricky. So I try to limit my shots, my motion per shot, to one motion, whether it's a crane up, crane down, with a camera angle or a camera tilt, whatever. I try to keep it to one, maybe two, depending on the shot, if it makes sense. But that's a couple things we're going to talk about today. And you want to stick around, doing something kind of cool, something different, something unusual at the end of the show today. I want to get you guys engaged, and so first of all, I love the questions and all that have been coming in, and so I want to get you guys a bit more engaged. So I have a surprise for you at the end of the show. It'll just take a minute, so stick around and watch the end of the show here. And so let's put the Evo up and get some simple shots. So we're looking at the controller screen again. I'm going to lift off. And we're going to settle in about 10 feet. Now, pan around to a familiar scene here in my backyard. So, one interesting thing to do, and I hope you can hear me over the drone itself, one interesting thing to do is just get some static shots like this. I go out a lot and just shoot B-roll stuff. I usually take like 30 seconds of video, which just gives you something. I mean, if you need a fill shot, if you need an establishing shot or something, it's kind of cool just to give you something from an elevation that's not just a still image, but it's an actual shot that you do see a little motion. You see the leaves of the tree moving around. You might see a shadow move or something like that. So, you know, there's a lot of power in that. We're going to go up a little higher here. So let's go up to about, well, roughly 50 feet. A little over 50 feet. I'm going to come around a little. And let's bring the camera down some. Now again, a shot like that, you may see a little motion of water in the pool. Again, you may see leaves blow around. Maybe some motion on the street, a car drive by, something like that. So a shot like this, you can just get, and this is a good thing to do if you have just the spare time or you're learning to go out and just get these shots, these 15 second, 30 second, 60 second clips, and just build a library of these shots. I have a ton of these things. I go out, I shoot things that most people would think are really mundane. Like, why would you go, what do you need that for? Well, believe it or not, 6 months from now, a year from now, you might be looking for just that thing. It could be a road going through the hills and a few cars driving by or something like that. And it's good to say, hey, I've got a library of that. I can go back and get it. So let's pan around a little bit more. I'll go up just a wee bit more. Up to about 70 feet. I'll settle in. Now, I mentioned compound shots before. Kind of get lined up here. Now, a compound shot would be something like this. Where again, we're coming down. See how we're coming in nice there. But then all of a sudden you want to pan around on something. Now, it's not all that bad, but it just sort of breaks up the shot. I mentioned earlier about chasing a train or chasing a car or chasing something that just moves by you really fast, because you're getting that difference in speed, that totally different dynamic going on, and that can really affect your shot. So for something like this, you could break that up into 2 shots, or again, if you're going to be smooth with it, and that comes with practicing with the sticks and just getting your speed control down. You can even adjust the speed on your sticks, remember that. We can get a shot like that and come down and begin to put a little rotation into it. So you see how it can be tricky to keep it smooth. That's where the practice comes in. So that may be a shot you're looking for, maybe not. But if it is going to be something like flying over a building or whatever, think about how you want those shots to look. If you want it to be a compound shot, or if you want it to be a bit of a cleaner shot, and break that up into a couple different maneuvers. Now, one last thing I'm going to bring up here and kind of pat the Evo on the back, because I'll tell Evo, I talk about it all the time, is I'm going to start my video recording here. We're going to go back up.
Start recording.
We're going to go back up here a little ways. Bring the camera down. Now, say you wanted a snapshot of that. Well, of course there's a few ways you can do it. You've got video running, you can go in and grab a clip that way, but if you're shooting with an ND filter, if you're shooting at a frame rate that's giving you motion blur, all that, chances are you're going to get a blurry image. You're going to have to mess around with it a lot. Well, not with the Evo. You can take a still shot. Not sure if you could see that white button up near the top right corner kind of flashed. I pressed the still button on the controller to do that. It takes a real still image without disturbing your video. So that way you get an actual image without blur side by side with the video image. So that's pretty cool, and it's something that you might not have a ton of use for, but the Evo can do it. A lot of other drones can't do it, and it can be really important. Because again, it's going to save you time in post, and going in and trying to find a nice clean image out of a video that you may need. And you can just shoot those. It stores it right to the card. There we go. Home for landing. So anyway, hope you find some useful stuff in there, and there we go. Okay, I told you I'd be back. All right, now for some fun stuff. I was talking earlier about getting engaged, and again, I love the questions, the comments. You guys have just been great, and it's so cool to interact and help you out, answer questions. Hey, it makes me flex my brain some too. It's just good for everybody, and this is such new technology, and we have so much new stuff coming out all the time. I'm learning stuff every single day because I live and breathe this world of drone tech. So hey, if you have a question, an issue, if you're again thinking about what model to buy, man, this stuff is changing quick, so let me know and I can help you, at least steer you in the right direction, maybe help you find a good deal on a drone. Who knows? But that's what I'm here for. We're all the resources that you can use for your aerial cinematography. Hey, that's what I'm here for, to help out. But email me some questions, and I say that because I want to start focusing on some of your issues. Up till now, I've been pointing out a lot of topics, a lot of fundamentals and flying things like that. Hey, I want to talk to you guys. I want to know what you want to see. So give me some ideas for what you would like to see. If anybody's having a specific issue or wants to learn something, like one thing, just there's something that's been bugging you about drones or how to use them, you've been wanting to reach out and ask, do it. Now's the time, because this is a once-in-a-lifetime situation here. I'm going to pick a random question, or I probably won't pick it. I'll have someone else pick it, so it'll be even more random. Randomly randomized picking. And one of the questions will be the recipient, the winner, I'm terrible at this kind of stuff, of the last of its kind. I don't know if you can see that. This is an official Black Dog Drone Operations t-shirt. It's all embroidered, nice, none of that just printed on stuff. This is embroidered. The last one of its kind. These were a promo for my clients a while back. I just happened to find the very last one. So you got to take the size. It's an XL burgundy, really sharp looking shirt. So somebody's going to win a shirt. But I want to take a listen to all your questions. So email me at terry@blackdogdroneops.com, as you see right there. And I'm also a mentor at Romero Pictures Indie Brigade /mentors, or romeropictures.com/mentors. Just go to romeropictures.com, click on Indie Brigade, you'll find the mentors. We have a bunch of mentors in there. So I really bungled that up. But hey, no perfection here in quarantine, right? And also, give us a like and a subscribe here on the YouTube channel. So anyway, babbled a lot today, tumbled over words, but hey, that's what we're having fun about. So get in contact, shoot me questions, just want to talk, chat about drones, anything. That's what I'm here for. So I hope to hear from you soon. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you next week.